it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my...
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden Football on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be an intriguing matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, they love their crab cakes and they love their football. That's what Maryland does. And we are at M&T Bank Stadium down near the Inner Harbor of Baltimore. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They will be led out by the Heisman Trophy winner from 2018 from Oklahoma, Baker Mayfield.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns. Line. May not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Mayfield on play action. Got him in. It's Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Offense.
Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there.
180. 36.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. And a peek now at the offense for Cleveland.
And they're coming off a good win on the road last week, but they do know that they have a home game next week. So all the focus has to be, can they get a second win on the road and make going home that much sweeter? That's the intention in this ball game.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Mayfield. This will be caught by Brown. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. So opening drive, 3rd down. They complete the slant to move the sticks.
And ordinarily, it's a high percentage pass when you throw it. And receivers like to run that route because it gets the ball in their hands pretty quickly. Just a couple of quick steps upfield, break towards the middle, the ball should be there, and then they can do some work afterwards.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Mayfield now. That went into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it second down. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. A run for Nick Chubb. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Following the penalty, Chubb. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll run with the NC State man. It's Jalen Samuels. And he gets it down to the 32. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Open man, that's David Njoku, the tight end. 8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. Throwing, Mayfield. He gets it to Brown, complete. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland 1st down. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far.
Here we go.
Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. The tackle credited to Deshaun Elliott, the safety. Well, look now at our starting defense. Currently #1 in the NFL against the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you've got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
Throwing on 2nd down. Mayfield. He's got it. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A 14-yard touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. So that one a long 11-play drive, and it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. So here come the Ravens now, ready to get the football for the first time. Commanding the offense will be Lamar Jackson, the electric quarterback out of the University of Louisville.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. And we get a quick peek at the Ravens starting offense.
And this team is coming in off of their open week, and to me, a pretty good time to have it, too, because it's pretty much right in the middle of the season. So I would think that they'll be pretty well rested and ready to go for the second half of the season. But even more importantly, they got a little bit of a mental break as well. That's going to help, too.
Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. On third down, Jackson finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the third down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up fourth down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And maybe getting a little too cute there on the punt return. Sometimes they forget paramount holding on to that football.
I really do believe most of the return guys think to themselves, when I get the ball, I'm going to make the play that's going to change the game.
I'm going to break it.
I'm going to break it. And you love that they have that attitude, but your point is so well taken. What do you have to do? First and foremost,
hold on to it.
Take care of the football. That's all he needed to do.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. That's taken in by Callaway. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Mayfield over the middle here to Brown. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Mayfield. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it happened, but then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
They go play action here on 1st down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. To throw is Jackson. Hunter Henry brings it in. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Well, they went with a nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
Here's Ty Long now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And good hustle here, as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So he's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory. And we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive, as it'll begin in enemy territory already. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
A very good gain on first down, 9 yards on the dump-off.
53, check 53.
On 2nd and a yard, Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning goes right at him, and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. A first carry now for Alex Collins. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Hey, we got number 53. Brings up 2nd and 9. Come, baby. I'm coming, baby. At the 21-yard line.
On 2nd down, Collins. And he'll be taken down, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. First red zone chance now for the Ravens. They've got a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. From the gun, Jackson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Hunter Henry, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Tucker with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go!
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Kenny Young. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Mayfield looks to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
The Browns send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Now a give to Collins. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Collins. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. And the Browns getting set to go. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Completes this to Callaway over on the right side. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. And now Mayfield on the bootleg. That's complete to Demetrius Harris, the tight end. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. The Browns send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. And the Ravens taking the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down and 4, Jackson. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. They'll run on first down. It's Floyd. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. The running game fully in sync, 1-11 on that play.
And sometimes it comes from the offensive coordinator, understanding what he thinks the defense is going to do and dialing up the perfect play. Sometimes the quarterback, though, can look at the defense, realize he needs to change it to a run, and that gets it done in a big way as well.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Watch the screen, watch the screen.
Jackson from the gun, he'll throw. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Myles Garrett, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's Jackson to throw. He completes it to Henry. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up, their bodies when they run their routes.
Jackson now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Throwing is Jackson. Making the catch is Sternberger. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 22 yards there, a first down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Jackson and the offense come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Here's Jackson, and nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now Jackson. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up fourth.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up fourth. So on fourth down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
No, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense, and that fell harmlessly to the ground. 9 yards on the pickup there as he'll be left with 3rd and 1. Mayfield to throw it, and that is incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. The Browns send out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with the coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with a quarterback on the ground so much.
Now, he'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. A gain of 3, 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're march off another 15 against your squad.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now it's Jackson. Got a man open. It's Ross. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Now it's Jackson. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets him to 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Give them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson looking for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Jackson now. Going to throw again. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Tucker's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now the Browns coming out on the field. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. That's taken in by Countaway. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. Mayfield off the play fake, and that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And again, it's Mayfield. Robinson's got it. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, this from 39. And his kick is good. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. We'll begin out in the windy city of Chicago. And as they approach halftime, it's the Bears who are out in front. Anthony Miller, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Elsewhere, second quarter in D.C. And the Redskins there out to an early lead. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. From the gun, it's Jackson. Complete. It's Henry. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Here's Ty Long now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of to a quick start.
Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. From the gun, Mayfield. This is caught by Robinson. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. The Browns send out their punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Taken from just outside the 30. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
We got this. That's good.
Here's a first down run with Collins. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. Jackson going to get this out to Brown. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Here we go. Hand ring. Right there, 56. I'm here all day.
On first down, Floyd. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Byron Jones in there to make the tackle. Delayed give to Collins. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up third and 1.
On third down, it's Floyd. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it was capped off by a 12-yard touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Heading out is the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, if there got to be casualties at times, we're trying to win a game.
Chubb. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and they're going to face a third down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage will be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now Mayfield. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They run. Chubb. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the third down conversion.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third. 3rd and short yardage. Mayfield. He gets it to Brown. Complete. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Good. 180. Squeeze. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Shit.
Now Chubb. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's taken down inside the 30. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. To throw, Mayfield. This is the tight end, Njoku. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's Mayfield. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th. Mayfield brings him up 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Mayfield. It's complete to Robinson. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. They'll run with Chubb. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Mayfield now. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jalen Samuels, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Well, we know he can run the ball. There he shows he has the ability to do a little bit more.
That's what you call a complete player, a guy who can run it, catch it, probably can protect the passer when necessary, but his skills are best used when you get the ball in his hands.
And that's the thing. When you've got an athlete like that, you want to get the ball to him in multiple ways, right?
Without a doubt, because he often creates mismatches about who can cover him, whether he's coming out of the backfield or even lining up like a receiver.
Extra point splits the uprights, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A pickup of 24. And that's where the play began, the 24-yard line.
What may seem a little unorthodox to some people, got the lead, fourth quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They run with Collins, and he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert.
Come on. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 49-yard line.
And again, it's Collins, and he's going to get this one down to the 45. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 2.
They'll try and run forward with Collins. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. They'll get that one out quickly to Brown. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
A 59-yard attempt.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Maybe an important 4th quarter miss as this stays a 3-point game.
Yeah, now overtime is very much in the equation here. Just what you mentioned, a 3-point game. They get a drive, put it through the post. We could have some free football, couldn't we?
Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that's gonna be caught for a Browns touchdown. Allen Robinson, his first touchdown on the year. And once again, the Browns are back in front.
There it is, partner. You see it. Four fingers.
You're holding
what does
up
that
four
mean?
Fingers. That signifies the fourth quarter's here.
Quarter, what we found out so far, 2 touchdowns here, and now they've taken the lead.
Yeah, second one putting them in front. You know what I see on the other sideline, though? It seems like they've tensed up, had that lead. They were playing not to lose it, and they've lost it.
That's a great observation. When you play not to lose, you usually don't win.
Now, though, they'll have the opportunity to respond. No problem there on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team, because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm coming back. I'm coming back.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Throwing is Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. He's going deep for Brown. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Here's Ty Long now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll look to set up his block. And he loses the football a second time.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
All right, zero rooting interest in it, but that one hurt.
Well, yeah, you're losing in the fourth quarter. A bad time for a fumble on a punt return.
They had an opportunity. All right, they were sensing. They're down on the scoreboard, and now they just gave that one up.
So here are the Browns to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. They go draw play. This is Samuels. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. On 3rd down, Mayfield. And Robinson with a big catch. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Chubb. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
They run it again with Chubb. He'll get it to the 40. Broke a tackle there to get some extra yardage. And it looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. This will be caught by Brown. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the play. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And again, it's Chubb. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Mayfield to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
This is taken at his 4. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. He'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere. Yeah,
and I love how you describe that because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Absolutely. Oh, wow. I thought you were going to go on the field, but okay, I see you. They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson, and that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down. And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation. The Browns in victory formation now as they take the knee. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Down to one knee goes Mayfield, and that's all she wrote. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles, and really the difference, obviously, was that 4th quarter. They dominated. And it has to start with believing that you can make that comeback. Because we've been in games before. We've done games where you just look at one team and realize they have no chance of making it back. Not in the one we just saw here. They did it, and they did it well. So for the Browns, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.